here, Giant Sports Talk Entertainment, breaking out the old intro. Why? Because we want to piss some more people off. We want to tick off the haters who say, "Oh, I hate the old intro." Well, I'm going to do the old intro because I want to do it because this video is probably going to tick some people off some more. Because we're going to talk about the replacement for Joe Judge, the soon-to-be firing of Joe Judge, the soon-to-be who could potentially be the replacement for the Judge. And I've been thinking about it. I've been talking about it. I've pontificated about it at times on other episodes, but I never really gave an answer of who I would like the Giants to saddle up with in the 2021 season. Who would I like to be? Or the 2022 season? I like it to be the 2021 season too. If we could fire Joe Judge now, that'd be great. I'd be smiling. Well, I'll talk about a couple things first. Jake from State Farm and Brian Lewerke, or I can't remember what it says. Brian, is it Brian? I can't remember Lewerke. They may be our quarterbacks going into LA. We probably got Mike Glenn's at the concussion protocol. Daniel Jones still doesn't look like he's going to be ready, so that should be fun. It's interesting that Peppers came out with this is why we got to get rid of Judge. He's lost the locker room. He posted a cryptic tweet suggesting more coaching staff drama. So the headline reads. And he basically said, this is Peppers, just because you were bumped up to first chair in the orchestra doesn't mean you could compose a symphony. Seashell, she sells by the seashore. If you think about it, it could be a shot at Freddie Kitchens, who basically inherited the responsibilities of the all-sentences coordinator when Jason Garrett was so ceremoniously fired and scored a total of 22 points in 2 games. It could have been directed at old Glennon, who started at quarterback, of course, for Mr. Jones, who went 23 of 44 for 187. Hell, it may even be directed at Joe Judge, who's in basically his second season of horrors after working for the Belichick and a bunch of other teams. Of course, Judge is 4-8, 10 and 18 on the season. It could be anybody. But it just shows, once again, this is the season of discontent that is happening in this locker room. I tell you, man. It's just, the ship is sinking. Michael Ray Richardson said it best when he was with the Knicks. The ship be sinking. That's it. And it's we just need something. What do we need? What do we need? I have to think about this. We all have to think about this. What do we need? We need a hero.
I'm Batman.
We need someone to come in here and right this ship. Right the wrongs. Figure out how to turn this Giant franchise back into the perennial winners that they had been forever. Now, I know Joe Judge won the press conference. He won the press conference. It made me feel all tingly inside that he won it. Oh my God, Joe Judge won the press conference. I was so happy when he won the press conference. I was like, oh my God, a coach is coming in here. He hasn't done a damn thing, but he's won the press conference. That was one of the stupidest things I ever heard. Of course, what do? I do a video right after it saying, I don't care if you won the press conference, win some games. Nobody liked him after that. Tim was dumb. Tim didn't know anything. Tim doesn't know football. Not even 2 years later, 10 and 18, we're like talking about firing this guy. And I'm tired of his positive spins on everything. Everything. He's like, well, you know what? We may have lost, but we seem to be going in the right direction. We've done some good things. Yeah, okay, so you got off the bus? Probably. No one got hurt. You found the hotel when you landed in Miami? That was probably a good thing, right? Those are some good things. You probably got on the bus after the game was over? Yeah, that's a good thing. That's great. Team's 4-8. What good things could you possibly have? You're one game better than the Jets since 17? We're 22 and 54. Jets are 21 and 55. I'm seeing a lot of good stuff. I'm encouraged. I'm happy. According to Joe Judge, there are things that I saw that we played a lot of things that were moving in the right direction. What direction are you talking about, Joe? Left, right, up, down? Do you even know all the directions, north, south, east, west? Do you know all that? Because you sound like a fool. You sound like an over your head special teams coach trying to be a coach in the NFL. That's what you seem like to me. And I'm sorry if people find that hard to fathom, hard to swallow. Because like Daniel Jones, you have the enthusiasts that think that Joe Judge can go no wrong and we have to give him more time. If you keep making the same mistakes over and over again and keep doing it, you really want to go into year 3 with Joe Judge and year 4 with Daniel Jones, coming up on year 5 where we have to decide by May whether we want to give Daniel Jones $21 million? No. Sorry. I sure as hell don't. Not in the least bit. And then there came out that he wanted to fire Jason Garrett. Well, Jason Garrett, you know what he is. Jason Garrett. Scapegoat. And we've said it on the streams. We said it multiple times, and we're going to say it again, kiddies. On a count of 3. When something goes wrong in the Giant land, what is it? 1, 2, 3. It's all Jason Garrett's fault. Even that he's gone, it's all Jason Garrett's fault. So what do we need to do?
This town needs an enema.
Well, it does need an enema, Jack. It does. But we need a hope. We need a hero. And I've said it before. It can't be.
I'm Batman.
It can't be Batman. We need somebody else. I want a guy to come in here who's got NFL head coaching experience. I want him to still be fairly young so he can relate to the players that are coming into the league. I would like him to be a former player so he has an understanding of the NFL and the rigmaroles of the NFL. Like the fact that you don't take your guys to Miami and then shuffle them over to Arizona for 10 days, 8 days before you play in Los Angeles. You just let them go home for a couple of days and kind of decompress. But you know what? That's neither here nor there. Joe Judge, I'm looking at you. So I want a guy that maybe, like I said, was a former player. Maybe he had success in college or the NFL. He's got to. I think he's got to have all these intangibles, not just picking up a special teams coach. Now, the guy I'm thinking about, we're going to have to back up the Brinks truck, and I don't think that at this point in time, I'm not sure he may be willing or not willing to do it. But let's go down to Michigan. Let's go. Literally bring the Brinks truck and say to Jimmy Harbaugh, we want you to be the Giants head coach. And unlike San Francisco, I want to give you not complete control, but majority control of all player personnel decisions. Can you please come and save us? Pretty please. With sugar on top. You were in this league, and of course you were the NFL Coach of the Year in 2011. You were the AFC Champion in 2012. You came in to the 49ers. You reversed the course of the franchise. Yes, you went 8-8 that final year, and things did not pan out like you thought it would. You went 13-3, 11-4-1, 12-4, 8-8. Then what happened after that is they would not give you more player personnel control. We all understand that. We get it. And then at the end of that last season, after you had beaten the Arizona Cardinals in the final week of the season, you basically said you're mutually parting ways, or I should say the owner, Jed York, claims that that Harbaugh and the 49ers were in agreement to mutually part ways. But then Harbaugh comes out and says, I didn't leave the 49ers. I felt like the 49ers hierarchy left me. Because of the fact that he would not be given more decision-making into the player personnel. Bill Parcells said it best. If you're going to cook, you should at least let the cook buy some groceries. Buy some of the groceries. And then, of course, you went over to Michigan, your alma mater. While it was not bad, but it was not what we thought it would. The Michigan fan base thought it would be when you went 2 seasons of 10-3, then went 8-5. Then you dropped 10-3. You dropped in 10-3 again. Then 9-4. Then we had the COVID shortened season at 12-4. But then you pulled it all together at 12-1. Got a chance at the national title. This is a guy that understands football. He understands the league. He understands coaching. He understands recruiting. He understands players. And I think he even understands the players that are in front of him. I think he is a guy that he's going to be a little rough around the edges. No doubt about that. He's going to rub some people the wrong way in New York, but maybe that's what we need. Maybe that's what we need. We need someone that's Parcellian. And I'm not saying he's going to be Parcellian in regards to winning here in New York, but he's got that anger. He's got that intensity. And that's probably what we need. Would he want to leave his alma mater? If he wins a national championship, he might want to go. He might think he's got unfinished business in the NFL. I mean, he was a quarterback for how many years in the league? I forgot how many years he was a quarterback. I know he played from 87 to 2001. Or was it 2000? He went to Carolina in 2001, but he never played. He's a competitor. He's a guy that went to Chicago. Didn't really work out as well as he thought it was going to when he was taken in that first round. The NFL has been a little bit of a bugaboo for him. And I think it's an opportunity for him to go to an organization. Well, the well is kind of dry, but we do have assets. And we're going to get into next week. Not next week. We'll get into it on Wednesday, the difficulty of having 2 first-round picks in the top 10. We're going to get into that. But there is just something there. And I think there's still a fire burning in Harbaugh to come back and prove something. And where would be the best place for him to go and really show his wares and be center stage than the New York Football Giants? Would he do it? I got no clue. Would he want to do it? Got no clue. Mayor's becoming very Dolan-esque, very Will Pawnee. So it would be interesting to see, and I'm not even sure that the Mariners would want to be giving up as much control as they would probably need to get Harbaugh. But be bold, and mighty forces will come to your aid. And that's what the New York Football Giants need to do. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And that's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.